Welcome to Cherry Laurel Lanes in Amherst, New York. This is Summer BTC Live, and here are the top four. Your finalists for tonight's Stepladder Finals, the number 4 seed. He bowled a big 8-14 in qualifying from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Jon McDowell. The number 3 seed is from Williamsville, New York, Alex Petrie. The number 2 seed, looking to win one match to get to the title match of today's show, it is from Buffalo, New York, Jason Adams. And the top seed, our defending champion, looking for 2 wins in a row from Cheektowaga, New York, Bill Swiat. Those are your finalists for tonight's Summer BTC Live. And welcome, everybody, to Cherry Laurel Lanes in Amherst, New York. This is Summer BTC Live, and we have another Stepladder Finals for you. We've got a first-time defending champion in Bill Swiat, who just defeated David Shelton in our previous show. This is our 6th Stepladder show of our Summer BTC Live series, coming live to you exclusively on our YouTube channel, and we're glad to have you all along. I'm Joe Ciccone. Our opening match features Jon McDowell, who made 2 telecasts in last season's 32-week run of Beat the Champ presented by Storm on MSG Network, facing Alex Petrie, who also made a show in last season, both bowlers familiar with the TV lights. We are at Cherry Laurel Lanes. This is our 3rd show consecutively. We bowled 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, fresh oil at 7, and no real since then, and we'll give you the lane condition that we're bowling on here this week. We're bowling on the middle road lane pattern, 39 foot, 5.25 to 1 ratio. Again, a wood surface, in contrast to last week at Mulwitz's Island Lanes, where it was a 3.24 to 1 ratio on a synthetic surface. More hook. This bowling center is freshly resurfaced this summer, so on the fresh, the back end part of the lane has been crispy. And we are now in our 3rd Stepladder show. And so the lanes have likely settled in a bit, and perhaps both of these players are going to be able to find a nice ball reaction to their liking. Again, Jon McDowell had a huge series in qualifying this morning, had a chance at the house record overall, house shot or non-house shot, which this is not. Bowled an 8-14, including a 19 straight strike run in the middle of that series. We're ready for the handshake in our opening match, and it'll be Alex Petrie, it looks like, starting this match. And here we go. And the choice in this match was to Alex Petrie, so he has chosen to start. Perhaps likes the right lane better in this match. We got 3 games of Stepladder bowling tonight here from Cherry Laurel Lanes in Amherst, New York. Welcome back to all of our viewers. Our live chat is open, and it's there for you all show long. Say hi. Tell us where you're watching from. We're glad to have you along. Petrie will start the match. And high hit to start. It looks like it's going to be urethane for Petrie, and I don't believe urethane for McDowell. I don't think that's what he threw earlier today. And my guess is that he would go with the same that he used. He bowled that big set in the 2nd round of qualifying, so it was not on the fresh, as we are not on the fresh now. Out of the gate with a spare. This is Jon McDowell. Finished 3rd in last season's Beat the Champ Invitational, our signature event. This is the hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I believe he now spends a lot of his time in the Western New York area. 31 years old. An impressive game from Jon. And an impressive start. If he has anything close to the display he put on in his qualifying round, then all of you viewers are in for a treat. In the qualifying round, 267, 290, I believe 257 would have been the next game for a total of 8. Must have been 247. I believe it was 814 was the total. And a double out of the gate. And so picking up where he left off, and I think he's 2 shots into another 19-bagger, perhaps. That'd be pretty fun. Alex Petrie, Williamsville, New York, 34 years old. He lists his current average as 234 or 3. One or the other, apparently. Good shot there. Former college bowler at Erie Community College. Competed at the Junior Gold Championships during his days as a junior. He made the show at Transit Lanes in, I believe it was our 7th event of last season. And we should talk, we mentioned that McDowell finished 3rd in last year's Beat the Champ Invitational. Does not get back. All of the bowlers who have made this show, in addition to all 6 of our summer BTC live shows, are eligible for the 2026 Beat the Champ Invitational. Again, that event is going to feature only bowlers who have made a TV finals during the season. And we also extend that invitation to bowlers who have made live stream finals here, in addition to our defending champion, Ty Ingles. And that will be our biggest prize fund event of the season. And in addition to the amount of money, it is also where we will award a trophy that we created last season called the Healy Miller Trophy, named for the original 2 hosts of Beat the Champ, Chuck Healy and Van Miller. This show, the original Beat the Champ show, dates all the way back to 1957. For those of you who may be watching on YouTube, may not be familiar with the history of this show. During its run on network television, CBS affiliate in Buffalo, which was then WBEN and is now WIBB, that original Beat the Champ show was the longest running 10-pin bowling show in the entire country. And we're glad to be a part of that history. And back on TV in September with MSG, and in addition to these great live events here on our YouTube channel that we've done this summer, and we hope you, the viewers, enjoy them, and we hope bowlers enjoy them also. McDowell in 3rd. It will not be 19 in a row, at least not yet. During his run in that qualifying series, there was a lot of scrambling while the house record was trying to be determined here at Cherry Laurel, and I was told the house record here is 8:26. McDowell, for a time, could have beaten that in his 3rd game, and just fell a little bit short of it. Still, 8:14 in the qualifying. I don't believe we had any 800s bowled last season in the qualifiers. Some of them were on house shots. This is not. So great day, and needless to say, a good bracket day. As I commented during that qualifying round, that not only did Jon McDowell bowl 8:14, he had pressed the all button for brackets to start that squad, so that makes for a good run. Alex Petrie, I'm sure, is aware of what Jon did during qualifying and would like to come out with some strikes of his own. Wide there, full penalty. Want to be sure and tell everybody watching, if you haven't done so already, if you're enjoying our content, if you've been watching all year long, drop us a like, hit that subscribe button. They really do help out the channel a ton. We enjoy bringing you all of our bowling action throughout the year, including our shows, live tournaments like these, Tough start here for Alex Petrie. In the 4 p.m. qualifying squad, these two bowlers were the final two bowlers to get in. 8th and 9th. Alex Petrie bowled even 600 in those 3 games, and Jon McDowell, compared to his previous round, struggled to 590. And that was on the fresh. So you would think that he was much more comfortable once the lanes had settled in a bit, which is what he finds himself bowling on now. Double spare strike, 5th frame. And ring 10, another great shot. Trouble with the spare. Jon McDowell lists a career high series of 858. One of the questions we ask on the bios is, what do you consider your biggest bowling achievement? I think this is a good honest answer. 30 clean at the USBC Open Championships in 2025. I think that's a good honest answer. So Alex Petrie is going to have to do some work and probably get started quick. How about a break? 9-pin in the 6th. Without a quick turnaround here against the way Jon McDowell has bowled so far today, the bar may be closing soon. Jason Adams is your number 2 seed. He'll take on the winner of this match. Dexter Stewart, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Truly helps us out. And welcome. I hope you enjoy all of our content. A little high again, same result. Again, we are live coast to coast and beyond, and we have viewers from all over that love watching these shows. We're glad to have you with us. We got another good audience watching. We're with you for 3 more Stepladder matches. Whether you're live or whether you're watching us on replay sometime later on, we're glad you're watching. Drop us in the comments or on the live chat. Tell us where you're watching from. We love to hear where all everybody's catching our shows. And Jon McDowell will step up in his 7th frame. Comfortable lead of 25 pins, 35 if he strikes here. Another ring 10. Either way, certainly ball reaction is there. Good shot there. Pin stays behind the sweep. Always helpful. Just before 10 o'clock on the East Coast, we are live with you. We've been on the air since 9:30 this morning. Strike on bowling from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And Windsor, easy for me to say. Windsor, Ontario, Canada. In the Detroit, Michigan area. Glad to have you. Happy to have our Canadian viewers, and we would love to see some Canadian players in our events and making our shows. Brandon Rolling, one of our competitors today from Buffalo. Chris Hutchins, welcome back, checking in late night hours. The scene watching from Omaha. Trouble again for Alex Petrie. And it's not looking like it's going to be his day. Win or lose, still a good day of bowling. Making these shows is not easy. There are a lot of bowlers who come out here week after week and would love to be out there. Back up ball, and that's one way to get to him. Possible 158. McDowell will have this one mathematically wrapped up early. It does appear. And we will see Alex again in future tournaments. Bowled both of our summer BTC live events this summer. Takes the spare strike on bowling. I'm very familiar with your area. Many drives from here to Detroit through Canada over the years. Not only that, I believe that Windsor would be the home of one of my favorite bands of all time, the Tea Party, if I'm not mistaken. Murray, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being a new subscriber, Murray. Glad to have you here. If I'm incorrect about the Tea Party, then someone must correct me, and I feel that I should know that, seeing that I've seen them live over 12 times, I think. It'll be Jon McDowell with a possible 239 this game. He has this match mathematically wrapped up and an opportunity to get some feel-good shots here in the 10th. Yeah, feels pretty good. 10 back. Nice. Got another Tea Party fan there. And that's a double. We would love to have some of our Canadian players down for the opening weekend. Once this game is over, we'll give you the dates again of our opening weekend. Put together an event that we think that a lot of bowlers would like to take part in, and I know that up in Canada that they, of course, they have the Players Tour up there, and they also have a pretty big size scratch league on Sundays. A lot of our events are on Sundays. So I'd love to see someone down there perhaps early on in the season before their normal season stuff gets going and taking part in our tournaments. Terry Brown from across the street from Cherry Laurel Lanes is here. Michael Baer from Baltimore. Glad to have you with us. AJ Weigel, McDowell lives nearby. Bill Hall from Gainesville. Bill Hall, I know you were on the chat last year, and I would love to know if you are the Bill Hall, who was a well-known coach in the sport of bowling for many years. Worked with many of the best players on the Pro Tour, or perhaps just share the same name. Petrie finishes up with 176. It'll be a 239 to 176 win for Jon McDowell. Up next will be Jason Adams. There's the dates for our opening weekend. Rochester, New York. ABC Gates Bowl is our host. August 15th to 17th, a full weekend of action. What we've tried to do this year is we've tried to schedule some events where bowlers can bowl from out of town because we've had so many people ask about how they can partake. These events are not limited to Buffalo and Western New York area bowlers. You can be from anywhere and bowl our events. You want to bowl some good scratch tournaments and bowl for money? We have events. And so when we can, most of our qualifiers last year, we would have a qualifier on Sunday and then tape the shows the following Sunday. So where we can, we're going to compress that all into one weekend, and that way it makes it easier for people to travel and not have to make the drive all the way back if they bowl well. And ABC Gates Bowl is one of them. We're calling it our opening weekend, August 15th. That's a Friday. We've got an over-under double sweeper on Friday at 7 p.m. It's a 4-game sweeper. Should be plenty of bracket action. $1,500 for first place guaranteed by ABC Gates Bowl. And they've been great hosts and great for having them a part of that. We'll have our Beat the Champ qualifying on Saturday, August 16th. 3 squads starting at 10 a.m. with the finals after, and then our TV tapings will be the very next day on Sunday. So if you want to drive in from out of town and bowl, we got the whole thing in one weekend. We tape 4 shows on that Sunday. You'll qualify on Saturday. ABC Gates has a hotel deal. They'll be on our flyer. Check our Facebook page for all the details. And we'll have our full schedule of events for the 2025-26 season out as soon as we have that finalized, and we are moving closer to getting that all completely finalized for everybody. So love to see everybody out in bowl, and we hope to have some good competition out there on the lanes. Again, opening weekend is a non-house shot event. Patterns are not announced ahead of time when we have a non-house shot event. We do like to put a graph out at the event itself. We want you to show up, bring your A game, and we'd love to see you all bowling out here in one of our Stepladder finals. Practice underway for the next match here. Jason Adams on his way in. He's the number 2 seed. He's going to get 4 shots in total, and then he's going to have lane choice. And again, the way we do things here, the winner of the match that just bowled, they do not get any more practice on the TV pair or the finals pair itself. They may stay loose on the alternate pair if they wish. Doesn't appear that Jon has chosen to do that. It does appear that Jason Adams has made his choice. And it appears that he's going to let Jon McDowell, based on the way that they're being lined up for their handshake, start this match. And I find that typical when you have the choice. You like to finish the match first and force your opponent to make the pressure shots in the 10th. And it'll be Jon McDowell, true to form, starting this one out. We don't have scores quite up yet, so it looks like Jon will take care of that for us. And he'll probably have to reverse arrows once he gets those up there. These are old school Brunswick scores. Enter, clear, bowl for those of you that are been around the game long enough, and he's going to have to reverse those arrows. We'll get those for him. Hey, we've been on the air a long time. Nothing like a few kinks. Daryl Bricado still watching from Lancaster. AJ Weigel or Weigel? I'm gonna guess Weigel. Tell me if I'm correct with Weigel, AJ, from Bensalem, Pennsylvania. Glad to have you along. Randy, all these names I have to try to pronounce. Randy told me I was close before. Salshevsky. Watching in Cheektowaga, Bill Hall says no relation to the renowned coach Bill Hall. TF watching from here at Chair Laurel Lanes. Weigel, AJ Weigel, he says the first one. Okay. I like to try to get people's names correct if I can. I know how to say Jason Adams' name. From Buffalo, New York, 43 years old. And a nice shot there for Jason to get things started. This is current league average at 219. And Jason's been around the game for a long time, too. urethane here is the choice for Jason. I would guess he probably threw urethane the majority of the day today, especially on the fresh. He's got kind of that feather release where it just kind of floats off his hand. A little light there. Challenge here, 245. Like to get out of the gate clean. Good spare. Jon McDowell steps up. Question in the chat. What's Jon McDowell's average? He's got his league average listed on his bio sheet as 235. In today's bowling, he averaged about 2,035, it seemed. Oh, Randy, I never put 2 and 2 together from our Town Edge shows. Now I have equaled 4. Thank you for that. Daryl Mercado wants to know if we are live streaming at ABC Gates. We are not. These are the only 2 that we will be live streaming for the season. However, the unique part of the ABC Gates Bowl opening weekend is that we are taping our shows on August 17th. Our sweepers on Friday, August 15th. ABC Gates Bowl is hosting the national TV finals of the PWBA Tour Championship on Tuesday, August 12th. And we will be bowling our TV shows on the very same pair of lanes that they use for their show. The TV set is going to remain up from Tuesday until Sunday when we tape. So as we bowl opening weekend, the TV set and the lights and the LED boards will already be in place for us. They're going to leave them up there from Tuesday through Sunday, which is a huge help to us. And I think it'll be pretty cool for everybody who may be bowling the sweeper and the qualifier that may not have seen our set. We have an intricate set with our LED boards and the lights, and it's a huge part of what we try to make an effort for this show. And we hope everybody's enjoyed our first season. Good effort there from Jason in a ringing 10. I think he'll be happy with his ball reaction so far, and now it's just a matter of who can put together some strikes here. It's probably going to take some strikes to win this game. Cole Tucker rooting on Jason, watching from the alley. Randy knows all about in the chat our set. He was a big part of all the work we did there at Town Edge. It was a tremendous effort to put together everything that goes into those shows. And it's a big thanks to everybody that's part of it. Surely has been a big part of this show and what we've done this year, and presenting it in the way it's presented. And I hope, and I think that's why we've had so many viewers from not just the Western New York area, all around the country that are a part of our show. The live streams are a scaled back version of that. We'll be back to normal shows when we start at ABC Gates again. This one's in a smidge. A smidge. Is a smidge a thing? It is now. Call it a trip 9. So Jon McDowell, I think he knows that Jason Adam is going to give him a test here, and I think he'll also respond to that test. Another ringing 10, and perhaps the decision by Jason to allow Jon to start the match means that Jon has to finish the 10th frame on the lane that he continues to leave violent ringing 10s on. Bill Hall asks about the people watching from the lanes. We actually do have a decent crowd back here in the bar area of the lanes, where we do have the live stream is actually also on the TVs. Perhaps they are camera shy. We still do have a good amount of people here. And it's been a long day, too. We've been here since 9:30 this morning. And we've been live from first ball to last ball, just like we did at Molitz's Island Lanes. So we think it's pretty cool. Gets the 10 that time. We think it's a pretty cool way to bring these events, and it's different. You know, during the regular season, we're on TV, and you know that's when all the bowlers are thinking about bowling, and that's when people are thinking about watching bowling. And we're then able to put together these scaled back slightly events, yet still keep a similar format. Have that defending champion carry on from one show to the next. And bowlers get to bowl in some events during the summertime. Good shot there from Jason. It does appear to me that Jason has just a hint of room left. And he seems to have a nice carry percentage from that part of the lane. I think if he gets it to the right just a bit, he may not get it through the pins the way he needs. I think if he's able to keep it just a little bit tight like that, I don't think he's going to get an overreaction in the back end, and that's going to probably be his best chance to strike. That one doesn't quite get back. The Scene asks about Sue Nawojski. Sue actually was on with guest commentary during our first show at 7 o'clock. If you go back on our YouTube channel, in the archive of shows, you'll be able to listen to some of Sue's comments. Paul and Sue will be back with commentary on our MSG shows when we start back up. It's taping in August. The first shows will start on MSG in September. Jon McDowell now given some room here. Another ringing 10. There. When you feel like you can't carry, the tendency is to try to get the ball up higher in the pocket. And Jon is certainly a power player. He's going to throw his share of strikes when the ball is light. That one was pinched. And down the right side for the spare. AJ Weigel asks, are these wood lanes? Yes, they are wood lanes here at Cherry Laurel Lanes. Not as common anymore as it once was. And also, Cherry Laurel has done a complete resurface of their lanes this summer. So for those of you that do go back far enough in the sport to bowl on wood lanes more often, you know that, oh my goodness, it was one of the most violent solid sevens I've ever seen. I don't even know if I can finish what I was talking about anymore. I'll let him shoot the spare, and then I'll try to get back some semblance of what's going on here. Oh no, Jon. No, that's what you can't do. And ironically, it was a missed spare in the 9th frame of his 3rd game in that 8-14 that cost him a chance to strike out for the house record. So Jason Adams has been handed a chance to get back in this game. I'll continue with what I was going into about the wood lanes. When wood lanes are not resurfaced, the longer they go, the more the fronts will hook, and your ball reaction obviously will be more difficult. Good shot there. Force you into a part of the lane to accommodate the hook on the lanes. And so freshly resurfaced lanes kind of reset that from zero. They open up different parts of the lane instead of being forced to play the track, you know, where most of the shots are thrown, where the ball hooks the most. You know, it opens up more options for where you can play on the lane, which fit in nicely for us bowling here on a non-house shot, because players would be able to have more options of where they would play on the lane. 39-foot pattern, 5.25 to 1. Players could choose to use urethane, stay farther out. Some players did not, like Jon McDowell did not. This will be a big double here for Jason. Nice shot there, and he knew it. So Cherry Laurel Lanes has done the work. The surface is clean cut, and I'm sure they're looking forward to a good season of bowling here, and they're just in their normal business. And obviously, Sue Nawojski is one of the co-proprietors here, along with Eric Kratzenberg. 16-lane bowling center. Jon needs to get back on track here. There we go. Temping on that shot. 135 in the 7th with a strike up in the 8th. Possible 225 if he were to strike out. Jason Adams 114 in the 6th. Strikes in 7 and 8. Possible 234. Jason will finish the match first. Has control of the match. And can end it if he can step up and get it done. Well, it's one 7-pin or another. Either one of them could have and probably should have been strikes. Absolutely can't give away another spare here. He doesn't. Covers this one. It'll be possible 205 for Jon McDowell. Jason Adams on a 203 pace if he were to go spare strike the rest of the way. So any double anywhere and clean will be enough. A strike here, and he will only need to be clean in the 10th. If he does not strike here, he's going to need a double in the 10th to shut this one out, move on to the title match. Left of target. Gonna need some help. Safe. Safe with a 3-pin. Protective shot there. Spare here. Be possible 213. The best Jon McDowell can bowl is 205. He'll need 2 strikes and 3 pins in the 10th frame, and that will close this match out. When you choose to bowl second, you choose to allow your opponent to start, you want to be able to step up in your 10th and end it before your opponent gets up. Jason has that chance here. 2 for 4 on this lane this game. The other 2 non-strikes were both 7 counts. This is a... Oh, my goodness. I started to say this is a good shot, and then it never got through to target. Another 7 count and a split. If he were to get 2, it'd be 189. It's going to force McDowell to mark. There's really no harm in going for this here. It's not going to cost you anything in what McDowell needs. And it could force McDowell to double if you could come up with a spare somehow. So he really should go for this. And he did. 188 is the final score. McDowell will need to mark. 9 out would be 183 and not enough. We've seen a lot here so far today. Going back to our previous show, if you didn't catch show 5. Still must get it done. McDowell again on this lane. 2 for 4. Inside, does not leave the split. Makeable spare. Spare. 6 on the fill ball. Should be no trouble with the 6th. Spare is the important shot. spare. Stay behind the foul line, and Jon McDowell is going to bowl for this title. Certainly not the high scores that he bowled earlier. Kimberly N., thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate all of you that have subscribed. Strike does it. 193 to 188. Jon McDowell moves on. Good showing for Jason Adams. I'm sure that we'll be seeing more of Jason throughout our Beat the Champ events. And we'll be seeing more of Jon in the next game as he takes on Bill Swiat, seeking to win his second consecutive summer BTC title. Why don't we take a look at the MSG season for next year? Again, we are back on television next year on MSG Network. 32 weeks of shows starting in late September. For those of you who are not in the Buffalo, Rochester, Western New York area, first of all, MSG Network is the same sports network where the Buffalo Sabres play. We also archive our shows on YouTube. If you haven't watched any of our shows, we have all 32 of our shows from last season on our YouTube channel for you to watch. If you want to binge watch from show 1 all the way through to show 32, you'll see some of our bowlers that are out there tonight on these shows, and you'll see some of our bowlers who are in the chat tonight on our shows. It's a good watch across a lot of different bowling centers, a variety of lane conditions, and we expect the same kind of action this year. Beat the Champ presented by Storm, and we get it underway with the opening weekend. So we're looking forward to being back on TV. In the meantime, Bill Swiat steps in for his practice time, and he will get 6 shots to choose to throw on any lane he would like on the TV pair. And then he will have choice of who starts this game, and he'll go after his second consecutive title in our summer BTC Live season. Interesting different ball from Bill in the practice shots here. Last week at Grand Island, Mike Ciccone, for one of his shows after he had already won, came out with a different ball in the first few shots and promptly went back to the other one, and so does Bill here, which doesn't surprise me. Even though Jon McDowell has bowled so well, he's still coming off a 193 game. Could be a little bit of a grind match. Doesn't matter how many, only matters that you win. Wrapping up practice here for Bill Swiat. going to have not only the choice of lanes, he's also going to have the choice of which ball, obviously. Is this going to be a ball change, and will it pay off for him? Words of, what was the announcer's name in dodgeball? Pepper or something like that? It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Handshake, and we're underway. Jon McDowell starts the match. Again, Bill will force him to finish on the lane that he had trouble carrying the 10. Trouble. Out of trouble. Switches to plastic. Should be trouble here. Easy for me to say. This plastic ball is hooking as much as anybody else's ball. Bill starts out with a different ball than he pulled in the previous show. Taking a short moment while the left lane gets a full rack of pins. Doesn't want to be distracted by anything there. Still going with thumb in for Bill. Softer speed and more left to right. This is a big change, actually, from the previous game that he bowled on this pair of lanes. And didn't watch the trajectory of the practice shots. I noticed the ball change. I did not expect that. We talked about last game how he was using his, what I thought was his A game with the ball speed. And he's made a drastic change on the lanes here. Perhaps trying to kind of go around the hang spot that may have been created from the thing going down the lanes and use that as hold and get soft enough with his speed to let the ball roll back from further right. This is bold, actually, Cotton. Okay. I need to know, because I keep referring to the movie Dodgeball from the chat, I need to know how many of you in the chat have watched the movie Dodgeball. It's a classic. Good shot there for Jon. Chance for an early double now for Jon McDowell. That was a move on the lanes. Kerry Patel I've watched dodge pizza. Clever. I like it. If you can dodge a pizza, you can dodge a ball. I'm shocked that I literally just said the same thing that Gino said. I did not even see that chat, Gino, before that chat went there. Result there. I don't disagree with this move actually for Bill at all. I think that even though Jon pulled 190 in the previous game, based on what he's done all day, you would expect him to put a number up there. And I think that Bill likely determined that while he may be in play the way he played the lanes in show 5, he didn't feel that he could run out to a big score, or didn't have the room on the lane to run out to a big score, and thus this is kind of swinging for a little bit more. I don't think it's incorrect. He's just got to push together. It's not too late. This omen is not going to make him be out of the match. This looks better. It is. One of these players is going to wrap up our summer BTC live series this summer with a win. We've had, oh my goodness, he throws some monster strikes. We've had 3 total champions in the series so far. Mike Ciccone won the first 3 shows. David Shelton. Bill Swiat. Spare strike, spare strike. Last shot was light on this lane. That's not light. Accurately, now, if that was the reasons for Bill to make this change, Jon McDowell is off to a good start. It's up to Bill now. He's had some shots now on the pair to get comfortable. Last shot of this lane went high. 2 and 1 left. Probably gets it done. That's left to target. He doesn't like it. He likes it now. While not the execution he wanted, was an important double to stay within reach. Capitalize he does. And it's a 3-bagger. We have a good old-fashioned strike fest in this match now. 15 pins is the difference. Jon McDowell's favor. Strike here stretches it to 25. Through the nose. This has turned into be the struggle lane for him. Again, giving Bill a chance. He's got to conquer lane 6. Since this is the match to be won or lost here in the 7th or 8th for Bill, if he can take advantage of Jon not striking on that lane. Much better shot there. Flush, 10 back. So many times when you're struggling on one lane and you finally hit it, the next time on a lane you've been hitting is errant. He needs to make this one not errant. 7-pin lead. I'm sorry, 3-pin deficit, 7-pin lead if he strikes here. Got to get back. Doesn't. Now 4 pins the deficit. Bit of a reprieve now for Jon. Just felt like this is the part of the match where he really kind of had to take it. Still frames to play. Want to thank all of our viewers again for being on the stream. We've got another great audience for this show. Hope you're all enjoying the action. This is a good final match to wrap up our play here at Cherry Laurel Lanes. Oh my goodness. Disaster in the 8th. Man, that had a chance. 164 now through 8 for McDowell. Swiat 154 in the 7th with a spare up. It's a 10-pin difference. Not out of the realm of possibilities for a tie match here. The count is even. Really has to have this one for any chance. Left. Two shots that tell the story here. Split in the 8th, split in the 9th, and makeable split it here at least. Does cover this one. Possible 214 for Jon McDowell. Bill Swiat, if he were to strike spare the rest of the way out, would bowl 214. Any double somewhere for Bill Swiat can end this match. It can be the 9th and the first one in the 10th, or it can be a spare in the 9th and the first 2 in the 10th. Either way. Not his best effort. Possible 221 now. He's going to need 2 strikes and 4 pins in his 10th frame to close out Jon McDowell. First, he needs to make the spare. Shouldn't overlook that at all. It's not a spare. Again, back and forth. And Bill can no longer shut out Jon McDowell. On a lane that Jon McDowell has struggled on, split on his previous shot. Struck on the 3 previous shots to that. 210 possible. Jon McDowell has 214 left. Gets away with the trip 4. It's his job now to make that count. He struck out in the previous show and somehow got out of there with a victory. Can he do it again? Can make this, it'll be 200 even. McDowell will need to be clean in the 10th without losing much count, working on a spare. Really rather important that he makes this here. He should go for this all out. He does. Nice spare there. 200 even. 17 pin fill in the 10th frame. Any combination will get it done. 9 spare 8, 8 spare 9, 7 spare strike. Any combination that equals 17, McDowell wins this match. Strike and 7 would also do it. And that's a good way. Gets the strike, makes his job a whole lot easier. Jon McDowell can take care of business here. He will wrap Summer BTC Live up as our 4th champion of the summer. That is a winner. Jon McDowell, Summer BTC Live Show 6 champion. And he'll finish it up. And it's a 213 to 200 victory for Jon McDowell. He's in the winner's circle. Another long day, good day of bowling is wrapped up here. Before we end the stream for the night, first of all, thank you all for being with us. We're going to remind you again about opening weekend. ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, New York. It's our next event on the schedule. Beat the Champ presented by Storm. This will be our first TV taping of the season. Over under sweeper Friday at 7 p.m. 1,500 guarantee. Beat the Champ qualifying on Saturday. 4 shows, TV tapings on Sunday. Come on out, enter the event, get a chance to bowl on TV. We'll start the season there, and we can't wait. We're excited for that event. We hope to see you all there. It's been a good day of bowling here at Cherry Laurel Lanes in Amherst, New York. This wraps up 6 shows for Summer BTC Live, 4 different champions. And we hope you've all enjoyed watching our live streams live on our YouTube channel. We're back on MSG in the end of September, and we'll tape those first shows in August. Enjoy, everybody. Thank you for all the likes and subscribes. We hope you enjoyed the content. And again, show 6 is wrapped up with a win from Jon McDowell.